Good morning, His Church. Hope you guys are all having an incredible morning. So I've been asked to share a little something from my heart with regards to devotions. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the other day I was going through some of the COVID-19 stats and I felt super challenged in my heart by God, and basically just felt Him say to me, you're focusing so much on the stats, but when was the last time you focused on my biblical promises? And that really challenged me, and I'm sure it'll challenge all of us, just because there's so much going on, there's so much news spreading around rapidly that is actually instilling so much fear instead of peace. And so for me, I really felt God say, dive into my word and found out what I say during times of trials and tribulation. And so I've got a scripture here that really spoke to me, and I'm trusting that it speaks to you as well. And it's from Proverbs 2 verse 2 to 5. And it says, so train your heart to listen when I speak, and open your spirit wide to expand your discernment. Then pass it on to your sons and daughters. And I'll carry on in just a sec, but simply train your heart to listen when I speak. I think especially in these moments of trials and tribulations, in these unprecedented times, we need to remember to train our heart to walk in what God has taught us and shown us, especially during the chaos. Same with Peter and Jesus when he was walking on water. Let's not get distracted by the waves. Let's not fixate on something that doesn't bring peace, because whatever we fixate on, we begin to feel. Anyway, moving on. And then for those of us who struggle, because a lot of us struggle, it's easier said than done. It carries on and says, yes, cry out for comprehension and intercede for insight. So when we are in those moments of self-doubt and struggling, whether it's finances, whether it's family and children, we don't know how we're actually going to get to the next month, the next week, the next day. It's completely different for each of us. But God is just saying, intercede for insight. If you don't understand how to walk in my peace, ask me and I will give it to you. He says, for if you keep seeking it like a man would seek for sterling silver, searching in hidden places for cherished treasure, then you will discover the fear of the Lord and find true knowledge of God. And for me, this short little devotional, if there's one way in which I would describe it, or the title I would give it, is Don't Stop Seeking. In this place of unprecedented times, in this season, don't stop seeking God. Stop looking at all the stats of COVID-19 and remember the promises that God has done already, that we already have that peace. Something that's also been incredibly impactful for me is the more I meditate on what God has given in His Word, the more it redirects my earthly actions. So what am I saying? I'm saying heavenly thoughts redirect your earthly actions. Whatever you focus on, you'll begin to feel. So in this moment in time, let's remember to grab hold onto what God says in His Word. Let's not stop seeking. What are we seeking? We need to ask ourselves that. What are we seeking and who are we seeking it from? If we're seeking peace, are we looking in the right place for it? Are we looking in what's being said in the world with regards to the news? Are we actually beginning to really open up our hearts and begin to try and ask God in the revealment of the truth that He's already set before us? And then last but not least, I just wanted to encourage every single one of you. It doesn't matter what is going on. Remember, it's God first, and it's easy to say that, but it's easy until it becomes endurance. Continue pursuing Him, continue persevering in Him, and I promise you, God will give you the peace that you seek. God will be the provision that you seek. But in all of it, let's not seek Him to receive something. Let's just simply be in His presence, because it's in His presence that our purpose is revealed. And with that being said, guys, we are sending much love from His Church. We love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we hope to see you soon. Cheers.